Ladies and Gentlegamers, this is Mega, and welcome to another little late night stream. This time, as you might have seen already, Farming Simulator 2013. We are having a little guest tonight on Skype. He will not be joining us in-game, so if you hear some background noise, that would hopefully explain where it's coming from. So yeah, Farming Simulator 2013. If you haven't played any of the Farming Simulator games before, it is, as the name suggests, a simulator around farming. Now, what you farm is up to you. Whether you want to be a dairy farm raising cows for milk, or a grain farm, perhaps you are into generating power. You can harvest grass, harvest maize, chop it up and toss it into a furnace and generate gas. As you can see, we have our combine, we have two tractors, small tractor, we have some counterweights, and we have some attachments. We have our seeding machine, we have our cultivator, another seeding machine, actually this is a fertilizer, sorry about that, and we have our plow. Let's get to it. As you can see in the distance, there's already one field which has been pre-seeded. This is a fresh map. This is not an original map, and this game does contain a few mods which are placed in it. Personal opinion, they really do improve the game with a couple of good mods. Those big silos already hold a small stock of the 4 stock grain types, which we can sell for some extra cash. We are playing the game on easy mode, just because I'm lazy like that, as you might want to call it. Let's have a look at the traffic. No, let's put our beacons on, just to be sure. Right, and here we have our field. Let's position the harvester correctly, the combine. Make sure we're nice and lined up. Press H, hire a worker. Get out. Let that finish its job. In the meantime, as you might see in the top left of my screen, there's a small mod saying how well filled the combine is. So we're going to walk back to the farm. We could quick swap there, but for the sake of gameplay, I'll just walk back. And we are going to hook up one of the tractors with a counterweight and hook it up to the trailer that's sitting behind it, the dumper trailer. This is normally the pasture where you would find your sheep, with a little concrete slab which holds wool pallets. You can also farm sheep and chicken. However, they are not that profitable compared to cows or regular farming. Just back it up a little. Hit the Q button. It automatically connects a drive shaft, which allows the trailer to tip. And we'll connect to the counterweight, which will make sure our tractor won't tip backwards once the trailer becomes loaded. I do means I have to fidget with the sound a little bit if I can. Which I can't. That's a bit of a shame. We'll just continue and we'll fix the sound up for the next stream. And as you can see, these fields are pretty large. A single pass of the combine will pretty much fill it up halfway. As you can see, in the path where the combine has been, it's dropping a line of hay, which we can use a baler to pick up and convert to hay bales, which we can either store in our sheds, or we can put it in a mixing machine and use it as cow feed. Let's empty the combine. Try and match the speed a little bit. We stay next to it. We'll just wait till we find the end of this little lane here, and we'll turn around, head back to the farm, quick quickly tip this load. I will have a look at the vehicles and equipment you can buy. Just put the cruise control on. That should lower the sound a little bit. To the right you can see another field which hasn't been purchased yet. Let's hit the I button, bring up our map, forecast. Little thing you should know when playing this game, you can't harvest your crops when it's raining. During rain or snow you can't harvest. The weather forecast looks good. Prices, farm shop, freight yard. This is something you can concern yourself with when you really want to be picky about how much profit you make. But when you have fields of this size, it's pretty much quantity determines your profit. If you have enough machines to harvest a lot of material in a short amount of time, you can make a fairly decent amount of profit. We'll come down to our unloading slot here. We'll tip the trailer and load the 3,200 units of grain we have. Didn't take that long, it's only a little bit. We'll hit the cruise control back on. We're gonna have a little drive around the farm while we wait for the combine to fill up again. As you can see in the finances, you can see our total cash balance and how much we've been spending and earning. Like I said, we just started this map up, so we don't have anything yet. This is our slurry tank, which holds the liquid manure, which is produced by cows, as well as the milk robots. Here we see another field, also pre-seeded. When you start this map, you start with 2 pre-seeded fields which you already own, which really does give you a little advantage. Though with the stock machinery, it takes you a while to harvest fields of this size. The map we're playing on is called Kernstadt. Just hit it up on Google, Kernstadt FS 2013, and you should be able to find it no problem. Again, driving past the carapace here with the feed bins and the straw bins, which you can fill in order to fill up the stalls with straw, which then get turned into solid manure, which you can pick up with a front loader and load into a manure spreader. It seems our combine is back at 70% load again, so we're going to drive over there and empty it, and then we'll have a look at the shop, see what you can buy in terms of equipment, machinery, attachments, etc, etc. I'm not paying too much attention to my driving. This is not a driving simulator, like I said, it's a farming simulator. As such, the driving AI in this game is, how should I put it? Well, I'll not make any snappy remarks towards other nations and their intended intelligence, but let's just say it could do better. Coming up to our combine again, which is already filled up to 89, 90% even, which means it's close to its stopping point. Let's pull up beside it, wait for it to empty its harvesting crate. Right, it's all empty, 4,300 kilograms. Park to the side of the road here, hit P to go into the farm shop, and we're going to have a look at what we could buy. A very nice selection of tractors, Some pretty big ones, some small ones, and even an old one. But as you can see, the prices on them are pretty much way out of what we can afford right now. Let's have a look what else we can get. Front loaders with several different attachments. We can also get a shovel. We have many different harvesters, small ones, big ones, and these are all the stock equipment. There are no mods in this equipment list yet. We'll come to that in a bit. Potato harvesting, again, you can do it small, you can do it big. It all depends on how much money you have earned. Beet harvesting, beetroot crops, I tend to ignore them. They do take a lot of work to process, but they do provide you with a good bit of profit. Tippers, this is where it gets interesting. Big trailers, small trailers, trailers for different kinds of work. Cultivators, now this is something you'll want to invest in early on. A nice large cultivator. A large dual function cultivator will save you a lot of time and will allow you to seed your fields far quicker. The only way to save even more time is by having a triple action seeder sowing machine. The cheap sowing machines can only do what they say they do, they can only sow. But if you have the more expensive versions, like this Horsch Pronto 9 DC with a 9 meter working width, these seeders can actually plow, cultivate and seed the ground in a single pass. Fertilizers, sprayers, manure spreaders. The game has pretty much anything you need to really be able to have a nice big realistic farm. Even small mowers. Let's move on to the mods. Right, baling technology, that's something we're going to get in with later. Let's have a look. Mods. By machine type. We can see some things that were added during the recent patches, some older tractors. Here we have some mods. We have the Caterpillar 725A version 1 by Golem. And this is a mod I'm really pretty happy with due to the flexibility with the amount of things you can add to it. We have a Mercedes-Benz tractor unit, a container stacker, and we have someone on Skype who seems to be jerking off or something, I don't know. Telehandlers, shovels, excavators, all very useful for loading and unloading. Harvesters, and that's one of the biggest things to get in the game early on in terms of mods. If you have a big farm like this, it pays to have an oversized harvester. Tippers, like I said, a tipper for the 725, which is one of the reasons that mod is so flexible in its use. It has so many different attachments. Fertilizer tank, everything. Let's have a look back at our harvester. Ooh, our combine's already... Actually, it's close to 100%, which means it will automatically stop to prevent overloading its system. As you can see in the distance there, it has raised its cover head, indicating it is stopped. I'm going to drive underneath the pipe, allow it to pipe out its harvested grain. As you can see, the capacity of the combine is far less than the capacity of the tipper. The bigger combines, the bigger the capacity for what they can harvest. Not only in terms of working with, but also in internal volume which they can work inside them. tip our cargo here, and I'm going to wrap up this little stream. When you tune in next time, we'll be talking some more about the different kinds of attachments and different kinds of work you can do on a farm like this in this game. With a bit of luck, we will have finished harvesting the field and we can get into preparing it for the next season of sowing. This was Mega, and I'll see you on the flip side.